Hi there and welcome to my channel, A Country Life. I'm Jennifer and we are going to be baking two recipes, one sweet, one savory. Both the base ingredient is going to be zucchini. It is just that time of year where zucchini seems to be coming out of my ears. I don't know if it is for you. I'm guessing if you clicked on this video, you were hoping to find some ways to use up your zucchini. And so today I have four, I would call these medium-sized zucchini that I need to turn into something. Typically I like to shred zucchini, put it into Ziploc bags, like freezer bags, put it in the freezer, obviously, you know, label it with the year, of course. I say that because I tend to forget to do that, and my husband's always reminding me. Hi there, Maria. Are you gonna help me out in the kitchen today? Yes? Okay, go wash your hands, comb your hair, okay? Okay, so the first thing when dealing with zucchini, obviously I washed it and now I'm gonna cut the ends off and we're gonna get it shredding. I like to just use my food processor. I think it works nicely, it's fast, it does a good job. Sorry, I'm trying to set up the camera as I talk. Okay, so now you're nice and still. Whoops, I have that already with my shredder on there. Just cut the ends off. All right, you guys want to see what I'm doing? Might as well, huh? These ends I'll put into my bowl for the chickens. They love that kind of scrap. And then I also like to cut these in half. Zucchini this size, I do not take the seeds out of, nor do I peel them. I like that little bit of green, and I figure seeds usually have protein in them, so we might as well eat it all. Okay, that was quick and easy. Now let's get this shredded. Just happened to my okay, we are having serious technical difficulties today. I'm not really sure what happened, but my food processor stopped working. Okay, push it. Okay, I'd like to say that was easy, but I'm not really sure what's going on with my food processor today. Anyway, it was not wanting to shred the way it normally does. So, okay, so I'm not sure. Maria just asked me what exactly we're gonna be making, which made me think, I'm not sure if I told you exactly what we're making. You saw it though in the title of the video though. We're gonna be making two things. One is cranberry zucchini bread. Of course, cranberries have to be in it, right? That doesn't sound good to you? No?
Zucchini and chocolate chip muffin.
She wants zucchini with chocolate. Of course, everybody does. But sometimes I just need a little change of pace. And then I'm also going to do a savory bread. I have to run out and get the recipe. It's brand new to me. Cranberry zucchini bread, making for years and years. When did I originally start making this recipe? In 2009. Wow, 11 years? That sounds crazy. You want to run out and get that other recipe that I printed? The other recipe is going to be for a more savory bread, and it is zucchini, cheddar, savory, beer bread.
Got it.
Thank you. Not that one. Okay, I'll get the recipe title right now. It's zucchini, cheddar cheese, herb, beer bread. That's a mouthful. Boy, if I make this again, I'm gonna have to come up with a new name because that's a little too long for me. Anyway, this one just sounds like it's gonna be delicious, absolutely delicious. Okay, so I think I have changed children. Peter is now gonna help me with this one. I think Maria's gonna come back in a little bit. But first off, we're gonna make the zucchini, cheddar, cheese, herb, beer, bread. That is such a name.
But
so, first off, buddy, you're gonna put, you think that's weird?
We put cheese and onions in it. It's so weird.
That's so weird, isn't it? Okay.
Even though I wanna try it.
You'll try it. It's not getting your face, so that funny face you just made, it didn't even capture it. Okay, 3 cups
Of what?
of flour. One.
What's that?
Just keep going. You're doing 3 cups of flour. I'm going to put in a tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt,
2.
3/4 teaspoon of garlic powder.
And 3.
Nice. We're just going to give that a stir. Boy, we're both making messes today. There you go. It calls for 3/4 cup of zucchini. You don't have to drain it or anything. Any of the moisture can go right in as well. And then I have to change this up a bit because it does call for 3 tablespoons of chives. I don't have chives right now, but I do have onions. So I'm just going to put in 3 tablespoons of onions. I love onions. So I know it's going to be really good.
I like chives.
You do? Yep. We also need 2 tablespoons of honey.
Oh, I smell that honey.
Doesn't that honey smell good in there?
It smells good with you.
Yeah, honey and onion. It smells so good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to...
I wouldn't want it in my cookies. Can I mix?
Yep, just mix it up gently.
Yeah, Mom, I wouldn't want onions and honey in my cookies, though.
Not in your cookies, no. And then we're putting in 1 can of beer.
Fizzy.
Honestly, I was a bit torn if I should go with the cheaper Miller High Life Light or if I should go with, we had a Guinness out there, a really dark Guinness. And I thought, oh gosh, I kind of wanted the Guinness, but then I also thought that maybe the kids would like it if it had a little bit more of a gentle flavor. And I think the Miller High Life Light, you know, champagne of beers, I think that's gonna be a little lighter flavor. So here we go. Peter's gonna stir this up. I need to get some of the...
so many bubbles in
I know, isn't that cool?
In food before. Mixy, mixy, mixy.
Oh, that smells really good. I'm gonna fold this in. That's kind of one thing with a beer bread. It's okay if it's a little lumpy. That's why it's also important to make sure that you stir those dry ingredients together so you don't end up with pockets of baking powder. Does that not look delicious? It smells incredible.
It does.
I'm going to make the bread in these little bitty loaf pans. One, because then I can give them away if I want to. I'm going to send one off to my mom. She said she'd give it a try. Okay, looks great, Peter. Okay, we can just grab a hold of this, and then over top of each of these, we're just going to pour some butter. I'm going for a tablespoon over each one. That's kind of the goal here.
Just eyeball it.
Alrighty, oven is set to 350 degrees. These small pans usually take around 30 minutes, maybe 35-40. It really just depends. This is the very first time I'm making this bread, so I really have no idea how long these are going to have to bake. Okay, we're moving on to the cranberry zucchini bread. I have 3 cups of flour in the bowl here, 2 cups of sugar. Now we are going to move on to the rest of the ingredients. Peter, how about if you do 2½ teaspoons of the cinnamon? I'm doing 1¼ teaspoon of salt. That's teaspoon. You're gonna have to unscrew this lid though. Close that up and then unscrew the lid. You're gonna do 2½. Okay?
These smell like those hot mints.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
We also need 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. I love nutmeg so much.
There.
You did 2½?
Yep.
Okay. And then we also need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1 teaspoon baking soda, there it is. Now you can mix, you're gonna use that, okay? I'm gonna be putting in 3 eggs. Whoa! You're really making a mess here today, aren't you? You must want to do the cleanup.
No, I don't.
Are you sure? A cup of oil. Capital T, we need a tablespoon of vanilla. Kids in the kitchen, it's something I believe in wholeheartedly. It's not clean, and it's not always pretty. But how else are they going to learn to clean up their own messes unless they make a few, right? Right, Peter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, oh. Okay, he just put the broom on the counter. Seriously? Okay, so we're just gonna put everything right into the middle here. I'm gonna give this a stir, just fold it in gently. For the tenderest crumb, when it comes to quick breads and muffins, you really need to have a gentle hand. I found if you overmix, especially on muffins, you start to get those little pointy tops, pointy muffin tops, and breads will do the same thing. They kind of like rise way up and make a funny pointed top. So for the best rounded top, yep. Well, I'm making a mess now too. Okay, so just kind of fold it over until all that is combined. We need to put in 1½ cups of the zucchini. It's 1 cup of zucchini. That'll add a lot of moisture. And there's another ½ cup of zucchini. Awesome. I like big chunks of nuts in quick breads. So he's just gonna crunch those a little bit. Whoa.
And how much?
Oh. I also need about a cup of cranberries, but we always like to go more. So there.
Yeah, I love cranberries.
That's way more than a cup. That's how we like it.
I love cranberries, especially cranberries with caramel.
Cranberries with caramel, yep.
You watch me. This is funny. Ready?
Yeah, so if it seems a little dry at first, as soon as the zucchini starts to kind of add some moisture, it really does make the dough, you know, it moistens it up nicely. Okay, we're gonna get this stuff cleaned up. We have 22 minutes left on the beer bread, at least the first 30 minutes. I don't know if it's gonna have to go longer. And then we're just gonna wait it out for the cranberry bread. I'll be back to show you all of the finished products when they're done. If at the very beginning of this video you saw me shredding all that and you're like, there's no way she's gonna use all of that zucchini in those 2 recipes, you're completely right. I have that much still left, which is just a little bit over 8 cups. I bet if I packed it in there, it'd be 8 cups. So what I'm gonna do, divide this into 4 quart-size freezer bags. just like this, and get that into the freezer. Because most of my recipes call for around 2 cups. Well, I shouldn't say that because today I used 1.5 cups. I think both of my recipes today used 1.5 cups. But I've also found that when you freeze zucchini and then you thaw it, a lot of the liquid ends up, you know, you end up kind of draining off the liquid, and it doesn't really seem like as much as what you started with. I've never had a problem freezing it in 2-cup portions and then just using it like that, no matter if the recipe calls for 1.5 or 2 cups. "35 minutes ended up being the perfect timing for the savory bread here. I'm just going to let these sit in the pan for about 5 minutes or so, and then I will loosen up the edges and put them out to cool all the way. Actually, this would be a really, really good bread, I think, to serve warm as well. I think we're probably going to have a little bit of this for lunch today, and I am so looking forward to it. We're getting to the very end of the video here, you know, as soon as the other bread comes out and I give you the rundown of how long that had to go. But I guess I did it again. I forgot to mention about subscribing earlier in the video. I guess all of the YouTube gurus that are out there, they say don't ask at the end because there's a good chance people are not hanging around still by the end of the video. If you are hanging around and you enjoyed what you saw, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. The little buttons down there, just tap that and you'll be in on all the latest videos. Things like Q&As and grocery hauls and all kinds of stuff with Joe. Joe, you want to say hi today? Hey. Hey, you got a baseball last night, didn't you? Isn't that the coolest baseball? They went up to get their soda, hey, at the baseball game, and they gave him a baseball too, so that was super cool. Very nice of them. Okay, hold on for just another minute here in YouTube time, actually probably just a second in YouTube time, and I will have the next bread out and ready to show you. I wanted to just pop in here quick. All the bread is cool. I'm starting to package this up. What I do is these little loaves fit nicely in sandwich bags, and then I'll put them into a freezer bag as well, like all of them together, so that I can keep them together and keep them nicely protected. We'll burn through these pretty quickly, either us eating them or giving them away. I wanted to give you guys a quick look at the cranberry zucchini bread. It's a nice dark bread. It's very, very moist inside, but it gets like a nice little crunch. At least mine does, you know, baking them in these little ceramic things. This one was not in ceramic. This was just in metal, like normal. But anyway, just giving you a peek at that. Peter's going to cut some of the cranberry zucchini bread right now. It's very cinnamony, so if you like cinnamon, there's just a nice cinnamon flavor. And then this here, oh my gosh. Oh, you like that, Peter? This bread right here is fantastic.
It tastes just like garlic bread, but it's all nice and warm.
Yeah, it has just a really nice garlic flavor. It's got like this nice chewy consistency, really, really good. So I'm looking forward to having a little piece of this with some butter on it with our spaghetti and meatballs for supper.